All right, Tori, we're recording.
All right, thanks so much, Katie. Hi, everybody, again. Thank you so much to those of you who are introducing yourselves both in the chat and over audio. I really appreciate it. My name is Tori Wynn, and I am a member of the Field Guide Planning team. Welcome to the Field Guide Program Information and Orientation session. We're so excited to get started and talk about all of the different opportunities that we have going on at this year's OLC Accelerate. So the first thing that I want to just quickly do is talk about the different people who are involved in today's orientation session. So first, of course, is myself. I am an instructional designer with the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I also have Katrina Ware with me. She will do part of this presentation. She's with Penn State University. I have Laura Widenor. She's from Kansas State University, and she will also be participating in this presentation. And we have Amy Ostrom from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, and she will also be participating today. Within our chat, we also are so lucky to have Tina Rettler-Pagel with us, and she is from Madison College up in Wisconsin. So she will be handling all sorts of different questions that you guys have during today's session. So let's go ahead and get started. So the very first thing that I want to just briefly discuss with you is who participates in the actual Field Guide program. There's sort of two different sections of participants when it comes to the Field Guide program. The first section is Field Guide participants. So you are likely a Field Guide participant if you are a first-time OLC Accelerate attendee, or if you're just looking for, an additional opportunity to do some networking and meet some new people at OLC conferences. As a Field Guide participant, you have the opportunity to opt into all sorts of different conference events to connect with peers and colleagues across the conference. And as a Field Guide participant, you also have the opportunity to attend exclusive Field Guide networking opportunities as well. As a Field Guide participant, the extra bonus you get is you can also stop by the Field Guide station at any time during the conference to ask any questions you have. The Field Guide station is there to answer questions about things like where's the bathroom, where can I find a cheap hamburger, or maybe, what do you suggest for the next session that I attend? So they're there to help you as conference guides, as hotel guides, space guides, all of the things that you might have questions about. They're there to help you answer those questions. So for today's webinar, we're going to focus on that half of our Field Guide participation program. The other half of Field Guide participants are our field guides. So you are likely a field guide if you have previously attended an OLC conference and you love to network and share your knowledge and insights about OLC, online learning, the Swan and Dolphin Hotel, all sorts of different information. Our field guides are going to be volunteers who are there to host all sorts of different events during the conference. So you'll see them participating in a whole lot of different events during OLC Accelerate. Field guides will also do things like act as conversation leaders during field guide events like the Power Hour and the free Field Guide Luncheon. And they will also be the people who are at the Field Guide station. So they'll be there to answer any questions you have about field guides, about the program, or even the conference space. So those are the two sort of different categories. So for the first half, we'll focus on participation, and then the second half, we'll focus on the field guides volunteer opportunities. So if you're not an actual field guide, we will give you the opportunity to leave the webinar just a little bit early. You are welcome to stick around if you'd like to, but I will let you know when you can leave. All right, so first let's talk about our agenda for field guide participants. So there are so many different activities and opportunities that we have going on across OLC Accelerate. We even have opportunities to connect with field guides before OLC Accelerate through things like our buddy system. And we also have a lot of activity going on in some different areas of social media. So you can get started today if you are interested in getting started now. We'll also talk about some of our more traditional field guide opportunities, so things like the Field Guide Station and our engagement maps, and also our Field Guide Luncheon. Those have been traditions across a bunch of different OLC conferences, so I'll just touch on those. And then I'll also discuss a couple of the different activities that are new and unique to this upcoming OLC Accelerate conference, including our Mission Passport activity, and our new Power Hour. So first, I do want to bring up that you can always connect with a field guide before the OLC conference. If you're looking to connect with someone one-on-one before you arrive to Accelerate, we are offering a buddy system. It's sort of informal, so if you are interested in participating in something like this, you are welcome to send me an email just directly to my email address to let me know that you want to be connected with a field guide. Or if you're a field guide who's interested in being connected to a participant, please let me know at that as well. My email is wynv@umkc.edu, so WYNNV@umkc.edu. Once I sort of pair everybody off, I will be sending introductory emails later this week. Once you get that email, it's sort of up to you how you'd like to connect with your buddy. You guys are more than welcome to communicate through email, or you can do things like trade phone numbers or Twitter handles and get to know each other a little bit better that way. I would definitely encourage you to schedule a time to meet up with your buddy during the OLC Accelerate conference. There's lots of opportunities to meet up. So you could meet up during like a breakfast and share a coffee, maybe have a beer together during a networking opportunity, or there's so many delicious restaurants at Swan and Dolphin. You could also have a lunch or a dinner together as well. Alrighty, and I think I'm going to hand it off to Amy now.
Hey guys, give me just a second to get my camera turned on. There we go. Hi, I'm Amy Ostrom and I'm from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. So there are a lot of different ways that you can participate within the field guide and with the conference as a whole. One of those ways is through social media. So beyond just getting to meet the people at the conference, there is definitely a lively back channel of conversations and idea sharing that goes on via social media. In addition to additional conference information that is going to be shared in that manner. So on the screen, you'll see the link to be able to join the Slack community. This link is also on our website, as well as the tutorial on how to use Slack if you are new to that environment. In addition, we are also on Twitter, and we would highly encourage you to follow the OLC handle on Twitter as well to get up-to-date conference information. And feel free to connect with us as field guides. We'd be glad to talk to you a little bit more about what it is that you're seeing and experiencing, or any questions that you might have prior to and during the conference itself. Anybody can post to the Slack channel and take a look at the hashtags that are there and provided. So if you have any questions, if you feel lost, or you just want to talk with other people and hang out, this is a really easy way to do it. It adds some more insight and is a great place to crowdsource for ideas, find people to hang out with, make connections. So make sure that you're looking into those. People have already started posting both to the hashtags as well as to the Slack channels. In addition to the main conference and the OLC Field Guide hashtags, some sessions will actually create their own hashtags for participation. So you can use those when posting to social media to discuss what you've gathered from the experience and keep the conversation going after the presentations end. If you are somebody who maybe is new to social media or wants to really keep an eye on the main hashtags, maybe look into something like TweetDeck to keep up with the conversations by hashtag if there's something that you're really interested in. For example, some of the engagement maps, all of the engagement maps also have a hashtag that go along with them, so you can actually look those up as well. So think about downloading the app for Slack and Twitter to stay up to date on the go, and we will talk to you a little bit more via social media. In addition, we also have a field guide station for you to come and talk to somebody face-to-face while you're at the conference. This is filled with seasoned conference goers who are willing and able to talk to you, answer questions, hang out. It's located by the registration desk, in the convention foyer, and this is a great place to learn more about where you're going. The conference space itself is fairly large, and so this is a good centralized location to get information, learn about different sessions and events that are going on that you might be interested in, plan for some of those meal outings that Tori talked about in her previous talk, and pick up the engagement maps and really just generally have a good time. So stopping by to see what's going on and to get the latest up-to-date information. For most of the field guide events, like the hotel and conference spaces and talk about sessions, this is going to be your meeting point. So it's a great hangout spot to learn more about what's going on and to get involved with future conference sessions. So if this is your first time at OLC Accelerate, make sure you definitely stop by and see us all.
Okay, now it's my turn. So let's talk a little bit about the engagement maps. They're a great tool to use to help you decide between all the amazing session choices. Some of our field guides, thank you to those that are here, built these by looking through all of the sessions and trying to find the ones that focused on each of the topic areas. Now, these certainly have lots of overlap, and you will likely go to sessions in a variety of areas, but hopefully these will help you narrow down the list a little bit and find sessions that match your interest areas more quickly. The link to those engagements maps has been provided to you in the chat, so just click on that and kind of start exploring all of the links. The digital copies have direct links to all of the full descriptions of each session, so that's really nice. But we'll also have some hard copies available at the field guide stations, the Power Hour breakfast, and the kickoff luncheon. So you can always pick one up just to kind of think through as you're going, check them off. Everybody has different styles of organizing what you're going to go to next and trying to decide. So we hope this is a useful tool for all of you to consider. And then another piece to help you orient yourself when you're first arriving is to do the conference site tours. So there are 2 site tours that will be available to help you learn the Swan and Dolphin Complex. If you haven't been to Disney before, be prepared to be wowed and amazed and maybe a little bit overwhelmed. The field guides will be on hand at the station to help direct you, but these tours can really help you get oriented to the hallways and walk that whole area together to understand the layout and where the session rooms are and, of course, where you get fed. So please consider attending one of these 2 tours. Also, please consider joining us for the group visit to the exhibit hall on Wednesday at 11 a.m. It'll give you a chance to see the exhibit hall, the TTK area, test kitchen for those of you that don't have the OLC lingo yet, and the speed networking lounge. I know I was a little intimidated the first time considering stepping into the TTK. I wasn't sure what was in there, and it's kind of behind some curtains and stuff. So this is a great opportunity to kind of go with a group and get comfortable with it, meet the amazing teams that are running those areas, and kind of get the lay of the land of that huge exhibit hall space. So I hope you will join us for that as well. And then we have the Power Hour breakfast. So this is a new thing that we are doing. And we hope you'll be able to join us during breakfast on Wednesday morning. Rather than going to the regular breakfast location, we want you to join us in Asia 3. And we'll have breakfast there and the ability to assist you with organizing.
No, I muted it.
For the schedule, for your schedule. You can join us to help think through your conference schedule, choosing presentations and activities. We'll give you a few suggestions and also help you out with the OLC mobile app, the Slack channel, and following folks on Twitter. And we'll have copies of the engagement map there as well. So I hope you'll come and start making new friends while you enjoy breakfast on the first morning of the conference.
Okay, I'm up next. This is Katrina. I'm going to talk to you about some more opportunities to connect while you're at the conference. So in addition to the Power Hour breakfast that Laura just talked about, folks who are participating in the Field Guide program also have access to a free lunch on Wednesday, which is one of the only free lunches that you can get access to when you're at a conference. So please make sure to come and join us. The details are on the slide. It's Wednesday at noon. And you should have seen the option to register for the lunch when you completed your conference registration. But if you missed it, don't worry. or if you decide to join us after you registered, it's not an issue if you didn't check the box. You can always come and see us at the field guide table to grab a ticket, or stop by Northern C around noon on Wednesday to see if we have any seats left. Please come. You're welcome at any time. There's going to be a lot of, it's family style. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for conversation and discussion and connection. So it's another way for you to connect and find new colleagues and just enjoy the conference. Next, we're going to talk about talkabouts, which is one of the things that I've been focusing on for my part of the field guides here. So these are another really great way to engage at the conference. Talkabouts are basically walk and talk sessions that are designed to help attendees connect in small groups around topics of shared interests. The conversations are very unstructured and the walk is very gentle. So you don't have to worry if you are concerned about working up a sweat or anything like that. It's simply a walk and talk, think walking meeting when you think about a talkabout. And if you're looking for a way to volunteer, anybody who is participating, we still need talkabout leaders. So if any of these topics interest you as a potential conversation leader, please get in touch with us or sign up on the volunteer sheet to be a talkabout leader. Next, there's one more way to stay up to date on what's happening at the conference, and that is to come by the field guide station and check out the whiteboard. Conference goers will often update it with dinner plans, game nights, or other informal networking activities throughout the day. So cruise by, check out what's going on, or even take the opportunity to set something up yourself and see who else might have a common interest in something that you're interested in talking about. Slack is another great way to keep tabs on whiteboard related things as well. But definitely cruise by the whiteboard, see what's new. They'll often post updates to the schedule, things like that there. So many reasons to come by the field guide station. I think I'm passing it back to Tori for Mission Passport.
You're in the clear, Katrina. Thank you. Okay, guys, so I'm so excited to talk to you about the Mission Passport activity that's going on at OLC Accelerate this year. This is a brand new activity that was sort of created by a couple of different groups across the conference. So that includes the field guides, the Technology Test Kitchen, or the TTK, and the Speed Networking Lounge. So this collaborative event is going to happen from basically the moment you arrive at the conference until Thursday night, because prizes will then be drawn on Friday. It really gives you a chance to participate with others, of course, win some prizes, and explore different areas of the conference you might have been a little bit nervous to try for the very first time. So when you first check into OLC, you will receive a Mission Passport guide. And that Mission Passport guide does have a couple of different challenges printed onto it. Those challenges were created by the different areas, encourage you to visit different spaces, and also encourage you to get active on areas like social media. Every time you complete a challenge, you can then visit the TTK, the Speed Networking Lounge, or the Field Guide Station and receive a stamp to confirm that you have completed a challenge. After you've collected a certain number of stamps, you've then passed a level. When you get to a level, you can then be eligible to earn some prizes. So we do have some really exciting prizes involved, including a claw machine for level 1. So you'll be able to go to the Technology Test Kitchen and use a claw machine and potentially win some cool OLC prizes. So we're really excited about that. For example, these challenges are pretty simple, so we're not asking you to do anything crazy here. So an example of one of those might be join the OLC Accelerate Slack channel. So that's a huge hint for everybody. So I definitely recommend joining that channel because you would have already completed a challenge before you even arrive to OLC Accelerate. So again, after you complete those challenges, come confirm that at the field guide station or at the other areas of the conference. We'll give you a stamp and you can continue on your way. This is a really good opportunity to get involved across different areas of the conference, especially ones like the Speed Networking Lounge and the Technology Test Kitchen that can look a little bit intimidating at first, but are so rewarding and so much fun. So I definitely recommend participating in this program and having a lot of fun across the different areas of the conference. So that sort of wraps up all of the different activities that are happening at OLC Accelerate this year. There's a ton of different things going on even outside of the field guides area, but those are our field guide specific activities. We are so excited to meet you guys in Orlando, field guide participants. If you ever have any questions about being a field guide participant, or maybe have questions about the conference space, or whatever the case may be, please post those questions either to the Slack channel, or you're welcome to reach out to us through email or through Twitter, and we'd be happy to help you with any questions that you do have. If you have attended OLC Accelerate in the past, and you are currently signed up to be a field guide participant, but you are thinking maybe you'd like to be a field guide instead, you are welcome to stick around for the rest of this orientation session to learn more. And if you guys are signed up to be a field guide, please stick around because I do have a couple of extra slides for you. So for now, thank you so much to field guide participants. You're welcome to stick around if you'd like, but otherwise enjoy the rest of your day. Alrighty, so my field guides, hope everybody is doing super well today. I just have a really brief agenda for you. We're just going to cover a couple of different things. The first thing that we'll talk about today is just some general ideas about being a field guide and some of the opportunities that you have. We'll also talk about whether or not you maybe know someone who would be a great fit for a field guide, and then also the different volunteer opportunities as well. I also want to mention to you field guides that we do have field guide buttons for this upcoming conference. In the past, we've had a hard time identifying who the field guides are versus who the field guide participants are. So we're going to try and focus a little bit more on those differences just so we can help people sort of organize what they need to do at the conference. So if you are a field guide, be sure to come pick up your field guide button after you check in at the conference. You're more than welcome to wear that either on your lanyard or on your person, just depending on whatever you'd prefer. But I do want to encourage you to wear that anytime you are at the conference, so somebody can always approach you if they ever have any questions. So we will have those available for you if you would like to wear them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I just want to briefly touch on is just being a field guide. What is it like? What are the benefits? Things like that. Being a field guide is really important. It's a great volunteer opportunity because it can really make a difference in someone's conference experience. I have been on the other side of not being a field guide, feeling a little bit lonely at a conference, feeling a little bit nervous, and field guides have always made a huge difference for me. It also gives you the opportunity to find those lifelong professional connections and friends. The people that I've met through the field guide experience at OLC have become some of my favorite professional connections and colleagues, especially shout out to the field guide planning team. Those connections are so meaningful to me and so important, and I hope that you all get the same benefits from the program this year. So as a field guide, you have a ton of professional benefits available to you, including building new professional connections, so meeting different field guides that are coming from all over the world, and also meeting field guide participants, but then also rekindling old connections. I know that for myself, even sitting at that field guide station, people who I've sort of met previously in a casual way at a conference feel so comfortable coming up and talking to me just because I'm sitting behind a table. So they can come up, they want to sort of rekindle our old relationship, re-meet each other, if you will. And it's been really helpful to help foster those old connections. Another thing that's really great about being a field guide is that you can sort of be a new thought leader, and you can share your knowledge and insights across the conference. So whether that be knowledge and insights about online learning, instructional design, being a faculty member, those are all so valuable. But even knowledge and insights about the conference space, or finding a cheap hamburger, like I said before, or maybe even like the best thing that you can do at a Disney park. People are there to, of course, learn, but they're also there to have a little bit of fun. So don't be afraid to share your tips and tricks for the conference experience, your tips and tricks for Disney, and then also any professional knowledge that you have. We're always ready and willing to hear that as well. Also, one of the great opportunities with field guides is that you can enhance your digital profile, and you can also have your contributions acknowledged by the OLC. So even if you tweet about something with the field guides, maybe on Twitter, and you share a new event that's coming up, that can be shared across the whole OLC. So you'll find that tweets like that are retweeted and you become sort of an OLC representative for that conference. It really helps expand your digital footprint. Nothing has given me more Twitter followers than being a member of the Field Guide team. So if you're really interested in having your contributions acknowledged and expanding that digital footprint and that digital profile, then the Field Guides are a great opportunity to do that. And I definitely recommend getting involved in Slack and Twitter. Of course, you can also strengthen your leadership skills and expand your leadership role, especially through those volunteer opportunities like talkabouts or acting as a Field Guide station representative, or even maybe like a luncheon leader. People will look to you to carry the conversation, come up with new ideas, and really share that knowledge. And then finally, you can of course expand your role within the OLC community. You can make new friends, meet new people, and really become a part of that OLC community. Alrighty, and it looks like Katrina.
Thanks, Tori. So this is our call to recruit some additional volunteers. If you know somebody who would be a really great field guide, kind of like Tori said, if they've been around the OLC conferences before, they're definitely attending OLC Accelerate in the fall. They're very into networking and passionate about helping other people. This person might be a really good candidate to be a field guide, and you should definitely spread the word because we are still looking for more field guides. Being part of the Field Guide program has really changed my conference experience, kind of very similar to ways that Tori already described, but I have found that being part of the program makes it a lot easier as somebody who identifies as more of an introvert, to be open and wanting to connect with other people. There's something about wearing that button or having that sticker on that just kind of makes it a safer experience to reach out to others. So definitely share the form with your colleagues. And even if you know somebody who might not want to be a field guide, but maybe a participant, somebody who might be going for the first time or is attending by themselves, or somebody who is just kind of getting into the field and wants to expand their network, encourage them to become a participant so that we can all help them have a really great conference experience. Like I said, this is going to be our pitch for additional volunteers. We still need you. A lot of people who are here have already signed up on our volunteer sheet, but there's still a lot of openings. So if you click on that link, that's going to take you to the sheet, and where there are openings, you can put your name in. There's spots for manning the field guide table, for being a leader during the power hour or the luncheon. I definitely still need talkabout leaders, so check the talkabout schedule and volunteer to be a talkabout leader if there's a topic that really interests you. We need tour guides. If you are somebody who likes to post impromptu events or want to plan dinners, things like that, definitely let us know. We can add that stuff in. But these opportunities are all really great ways to connect with conference attendees and have really good, rich, in-depth conversations with colleagues. Like I said before, I learned so much through the Field Guide program and through actually being involved with talkabouts last year that I felt like I really networked in a real, actual, deep way for the first time when I was a volunteer. So if you would like to have opportunities like that, sign up on our schedule.
Awesome, thanks, Katrina. And so for those of you who have already signed up, or put your name down on the schedule, just if you have the opportunity, do a quick once over and just double check that those are going to be opportunities that you'll be able to attend. We took a look at the schedule and we added some of the different OLC events that are going on at the same time. So just make sure that you haven't stretched yourself too thin and have identified openings that really work best for you and your schedule. Some of the openings that really suit everyone are things like the power hour and the luncheon. Those lunch leader roles, those talk roles are really important just because we want to have some welcoming faces at each of those tables. So if you know you're attending the luncheon anyway, it would be so great to have you at one of those luncheon tables to help guide conversation or answer any questions anybody has. So that really wraps it up for today. I really want to thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of your day out today just to spend some time with us and talk a little bit about the Field Guide program. You know, we have tons of different activities and volunteer opportunities that are happening at this year's conference. So if you haven't signed up for a shift yet, or if you haven't identified a volunteer opportunity that works best for you, please check out that schedule and start adding your name. I will be sending out reminder emails to everyone the night before, just so that they remember what their shifts are and where they need to be when. Still visit that website and just double check that you have scheduled everything appropriately, but I will be sending reminders out so you guys will have those as well. Finally, again, and I hate to hit on this one more time, but I strongly encourage you guys to be power hour and luncheon table leaders. We really need that role filled up, and it would be so great to have everybody. You guys are going to be such a strong field guide team, and we're so lucky to have you. It would be excellent to have you at the power hour and the luncheon as well. And then finally, last thing, please get involved in the Slack channel and get active on Twitter. If you haven't yet joined the channel, there's already some conversations going on there. That's where we'll be sharing events, talking about the field guide program, all sorts of stuff. So if you want to continue to participate in the OLC now and in the future, Slack is going to be a great resource for you. So then finally, if you have any other questions, Slack, Twitter, or email is going to be a great place to do that. And thank you guys so much for attending, and we're so excited to see you guys there. All right, so if anybody has any final questions, you're more than welcome to ask those over the microphone or through chat, and I can try to answer those. Hi, Angela. Yes, we're here just at the end, but thank you so much for coming anyway. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to pop those in the chat or use the microphone. Other than that, thank you guys so much for attending. I really appreciate it.